brace your bank accounts because this is one hell of a month for cozy gamers on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if the games companies conspired to make us all broke in September or what, but they've done it. We're all going broke. And yeah, I know this video is a little earlier than I normally do these, but that's because there's some pre-order bonuses for games that come out September 1st, and I want to give you time to order those if you want them. And by the way, if you love all things Nintendo, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. I put out videos every week on everything cozy and new on the Switch, and I really appreciate it. First up is a game I feel like we've been waiting for literally forever, and that's Ooblets coming September 1st. It's so close. There's also a 33% discount if you pre-order the game before the release date. Just bear in mind when you pre-order games, it just means we don't exactly know how it's going to run on the Switch until it comes out. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to talk about this game too much because I have talked about this game in literally every Cozy Games video, it seems. So I'm going to put it bluntly. It's a farming life sim where you can decorate, do quests, and you can dance battle. It's literally everything you can ask for, and it's less than a week away. And next is a game that's probably the most anticipated for the month if you're in the cozy gaming community, and that's Disney Dreamlight Valley, releasing on the 6th. For those who don't know this game, it's a life sim where you get to live, laugh, love among all the Disney characters you know and love. Also, just appreciate this tiny Buzz Lightyear. You can decorate, cook, fish, mine, farm, and you do tasks for the Disney characters. This is literally Animal Crossing if it had mining and Mickey Mouse ears. And right now, if your PC can handle it, you can go and make your character. Can we just appreciate how heckin' cute my character is? And also the inclusivity was so great to see. Not only was my body type represented, but so was my mole on my face. I love it. All right, price-wise, this is kind of a weird one. This game is technically going to be free to play, but right now you cannot play it for free. If you get the game in early access, you have to pay for a Founders Pack, which comes at 3 different price points. Whilst I don't think you're paying for the game as such, I think you're paying for the add-ons and the accessories you get, but this isn't classed as free to play because you literally cannot play for free right now. Price-wise in dollars, the base pack appears to be $29.99, the deluxe edition $49.99, and the ultimate edition $69.99. For scientific reasons, I will be buying the ultimate edition. It's got to be done. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate there's pets in this game? I'll let you know in the comments if I get the answer to this. The one thing to bear in mind is so far I don't see any official announcement about cross progression. I'd really like to know that if you bought the Ultra Pack on Switch, whether this would carry over to desktop as well, or whether you'd have to buy it twice and have 2 different saves. I really hope not. I like the security of knowing that if it doesn't run the best on my Switch, I can always play it on my PC. But I'll let you know when I find out. Next, on September 9th, we have Splatoon 3. Every time I make these videos, I decide there's one game where I will stretch the boundaries of what will be considered a cozy game. And today, this is it. Now, I understand shooters are not typically cozy, but hear me out. Firstly, look how cute this squid person is. Adorable. Secondly, you can decorate lockers with items and stickers. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I have this thing called sticker anxiety. And this is where I'm afraid to stick my stickers to anything in fear of them being put in the wrong place. So I just have a pile of unused stickers. Splatoon 3 solves this by giving you digital stickers that you can peel off and peel back on. It's perfect. But in all seriousness, I am not typically a person who enjoys shooters, but Splatoon is a franchise I thoroughly love and enjoy. The unique game modes and mechanics make it so much fun. And I only rage quit sometimes, which I think is a win. Next, coming out on the 19th is Return to Monkey Island. Now, I have a confession. I actually never played the original Monkey Island. However, this game looks incredible and looks right up my alley. This game, once again, sees you take to the high seas to explore both new lands and familiar ones from the first game. It's said to have a modern take on the classic point-and-click adventure game, with content-sensitive interactions, reactive dialogue trees, and sees you solve puzzles and explore. I am such a sucker for a good point and click game, and especially one that looks to be so witty as this one. Also, their focus on content sensitive interactions has really piqued my interest. I feel like that's the one thing point and click games are missing to make you feel really immersed. So I'm very interested in this. Next is Potions Permit coming out on the 22nd. And oh boy, have I been waiting so long for this game. And I feel like I need to issue a formal apology for getting people excited about this game in like early August when they had to wait nearly 2.5 months for it to release, but it's finally almost here. This will literally be the only game I'll be playing at night because it's equal parts fun and charming and the perfect game to wind down with every evening. I only got to play around 10 hours of the demo, but in that time, I fell completely in love with everything in this game. Potions Permit sees you, a chemist from the capital, come to a town in need of help. However, for reasons you find out later, the townspeople don't really like you. It not only sets you on a quest to cure the town folks of any and all illnesses, but also to undo all the damage the previous chemist did to not only the town, but also the natural habitat surrounding it. It runs kind of like Stardew on its own clock, and there is so much to do each and every day in the game. When you wake up, you'll be alerted if there are any sick folk in need of treatment for the day. If there are, then it's your job to cure them before the time runs out. You do this with a series of mini games. Diagnosing them is one mini game, which gets more difficult with the number of symptoms they have. And there's a separate mini game for potions that's kind of like Tetris. Each ingredient you find from foraging from the land or animals you come across has a different Tetris shape. It's then your job to make them fit all together to make the potion. As you progress in the game, the potions get increasingly more difficult to brew, and they require rarer ingredients that can only be found further into the woods with far more dangerous creatures. But don't worry, some days you'll wake up and there'll be no one to cure, but there's still plenty to do in the game. If you need money, there are a bunch of mini games you can go do and get some quick cash. You're also set tasks by different townsfolk, and this game also has friendships and relationships. The cutscenes I've seen so far have been great, with every character having such a diverse backstory and making each and every one of them feel unique and alive. And all of this is made better by the stunning artwork and music. This has been one of the games I've been most looking forward to this year. And in the Discord, they seem to be working tirelessly to make the game better from the demo they gave out. I cannot wait. Next, also coming on the 22nd, is One Shot. I cannot wait to get my hands on this unique puzzle adventure game. I adore the entire aesthetic and concept to my core, and this gives me the strongest Undertale vibes in the best possible way. And if Undertale counts as cozy, then legally this game does too. So the issue with this game is I can't really show you too much of it without spoiling it, but I'm gonna try and get you invested, okay? In this game, Nico wakes up in a dark house and comes across a light bulb that just so happens to be the sun of the world. Without spoiling too much, let's just say you don't exactly play as Nico, and expect the fourth wall to be broken a lot. This is just one of those games that you just have to experience, but it looks incredible. I can't wait to play in bed. On the 23rd, we have Taiko no Tatsujin. I don't know about you, but I personally find rhythm games to be so relaxing. Although if you're my mum, maybe less so, because I used to have the drum kit for Guitar Hero, and oh boy, did that make a racket. But anyway, personally, as a person who played them, I find them so relaxing. And old school Guitar Hero was such a vibe. If playing it with a controller doesn't really do it for you, there's also a really cool drum accessory for the game as well. So if you're in need of a rhythm game, this will definitely deliver. Next, on the 27th, we have Hokko Life, and we're back to quintessential cozy vibes. After falling asleep on a train, you find yourself stranded in a weird town called Hokko, where the town villagers greet you and welcome you in. By the way, can we just take a minute to appreciate how cute the town villagers are? Oh. Over time, you can convince new villagers to leave their life in the city and move to the town with you, adding new buildings and new things to do. This is your typical life sim with fishing, bug catching, farming, mining, foraging, and of course, decorating. This seems very similar to Storia Seasons, so if you adore that game, this is probably the game for you as well. Next on the 29th is Dorfromantik, and I challenge you to find a more relaxing and cozy game than this game, because this might be top of the list. The gameplay, visuals, and music combined just make for the perfect game to sit down and enjoy and wind down after a stressful day. In this game, you draw tiles from a deck and place them next to any existing tile on the board. This will give you some points, and joining two tile edges of the same type together gives you bonus points. It's kind of like solving a puzzle where there's no correct answer. To make the building more fun, there's also quests to try and accomplishments that give you rewards like even more tile skins. The only real goal other than quests and challenges is to beat your last high score. Or if you're like me, you just play these types of games to wind down and you don't even care about the high score. But it is the perfect game to come to the Nintendo Switch, and I'm excited to try it. Next, on the 30th is Lemon Cake, and I've spoken about how excited I am to play this game before in a previous video, and I still cannot wait. This game sees you restore and repair a dilapidated bakery. But not only do you decorate it, you also run the bakery yourself. And if cooking, serving, and cleaning isn't enough for you, you're also in charge of growing and gathering every single ingredient you need. Out the back, you'll find a small farm where you can tend to both your crops and your livestock with chickens, cows, and even bees. Over the course of the game, you'll upgrade your bakery more, unlocking new features and making it easier for you to run your bakery. Gaining experience also allows you to expand your recipe book, with over 40 pastries to make in the entire game, such as cookies, cakes, donuts, and candies. And it just looks like such a cozy bakery management game. I can't wait. And then also on the 30th is Let's Build a Zoo, another game which I have an entire video dedicated to it because I could not wait for it to come to the Switch. It's literally the perfect zoo management game for those of you who want a bit of fun without all the stress that zoo management games can normally bring. Although it's still pretty detailed, it feels so much less overwhelming than the likes of Planet Zoo. Don't get me wrong, I love Planet Zoo, but sometimes you just want to play a game where you're not getting alerts that your bear has just escaped the zoo and has started attacking people. You can micromanage everything from staff, shops, buses, animal keeping, and also being able to decorate the zoo however you want. Its chill nature also continues with the breeding mechanic, and I think this is where the game really excels. Every single animal species you come across has a number of different color variations, and you can get these through different breeding combinations. And once you manage to get every single variation, you can crossbreed different species of animals. Man, I've made some really cursed ones. And I love that despite the animals needing proper care, it never feels stressful. At no point did I have any blinking alerts or really jarring pop-ups. It was all just really chill. This game also has a great sense of humor because there are moral choices too. And these are quite often very funny and not very serious. Throughout the game, you get given choices with a good and evil path to follow. Whichever one you pick gives you good or evil points. You can then use these points to go and research different buildings. And whilst the good points give you wholesome buildings like things to do with recycling, energy efficiency, saving the world, that kind of thing, the evil ones are something else. They are wild. So if you're in need of a chill zoo game and a game you can put literally endless amounts of hours in, this is the game for you. That's it on my list of games coming out in September. And let me know if you're buying any of these games down below in the comments. And I'll be streaming most of these the day they come out, so my link to my stream is down below as well. And if you want to see my favorite games that have come out in 2022 so far, click the link here. I'll see you next time. Bye.